morning, everybody. It is day 10 of the Suffering 2.0. Otherwise, day 10 of 84. So this morning, my body weight was 231.2, which is the lightest I have been on a Wednesday. So my weight is definitely trending down, which is good. So maybe I can just look at it like I had hit a plateau and I finally broke the plateau. My weight's moving again, but I'm not sure what it is. I started thinking about it. I was like, what if it's a diet pill? All right, I started taking animal cuts. So I'm like, what if it's that? What if that's what's causing me to lose the weight so much faster? What if they're actually working like legitimately, like how they're supposed to, what they claim? Because I haven't changed anything, but my weight's dropping a lot faster. That's the only thing I did really is just add those in. So what if that is the thing that's causing me to drop the weight so fast? There's so many variables and so many like what ifs, but all I know is as long as I'm not losing muscle mass and I keep on losing body fat, it's like a good thing, right? So I'm gonna try to just pay attention to the way I look and my muscle mass, make sure I'm not losing too much, if any at all, and just continue going the way I'm going, because ultimately it's about an image. It's about a look. It's not about a weight. It's not about the scale. It's not about weighing a certain amount. It's about looking a certain way. So I'm just going to keep on like paying attention and just doing my due diligence, and every day just doing the same thing. Consistency, just 100% every single day. Perfect consistency. And speaking of which, about to eat my oatmeal. I'll see you guys on my walk.
Well, no pretty sunrise this morning, but a lot of heavy clouds and really heavy humidity. It is gross feeling right now. The whole thing is I don't want to get too caught up on what the number is on the scale. It's a form of measurement, but so is a measuring tape. So if my legs are measuring bigger, my arms are measuring bigger, my waist is measuring smaller, my chest is measuring bigger, but the scale is moving down rapidly and it's coming off my waist, it's like, okay, that's a good thing. But if the measurements on my arms and my legs are going down rapidly and my waist is staying the same, it's like, okay, probably losing muscle mass. You need to slow it down. These are all just forms of measurements, just like I have a skin fold caliber, and I check that every now and then too, just to see where the body's pulling fat. Again, it's not like it matters where it's pulling fat because it still has a lot of fat everywhere to pull from. It's just when you see a big drop, sometimes it's like, okay, I saw a 2-pound drop. I'm not seeing in the mirror where it came from. So let's take the skin fold caliber and let's find out where it's pulling from. Then you're like, oh, okay, it pulled from here, or it pulled evenly from everywhere. That's why I didn't notice, because it evenly took it, or all right, yeah, I definitely took it from this area. It's just all tools of measurement. And that's all the scale is. But at the same time, I got to remember, I started taking the animal cuts and hope for increased weight loss without any additional changes to my diet or workout. I don't want to add any more cardio. I don't want to have to work out any longer. And I don't want to have to decrease my calories any. So what's the next best thing? Let's go ahead and add in some diet pills. So I got the animal cuts, and it's like if I can increase my weight loss by even 1 to 5% every single week by simply taking this pill and doing nothing additional, that's a huge win. So I have to remember that I started doing that, and this is week 2 of those pills. So maybe it just took a little bit for it to kick in, and now it's revving up and it's helping me burn more fat or more water, shredding more water or whatever, because it could be water, it could be fat, it could be muscle too, who knows. But ultimately it comes down to my image and how I look. If the scale says I'm 200, but I look the way I want to look, it doesn't matter. The scale says I'm 250 and I look the way I look, great. If the scale says I'm 230 and I look like a pile of shit, not so great, right? So ultimately at the end of the day, I need to just use these as tools of measurement to make sure I'm making progress. But ultimately at the end of the day, looking in the mirror, taking pictures and videos and comparing them to the week or the month before is the ultimate way of measuring your progress and your results. So that's what I have to remember. I don't want to get caught up and start trying to overeat or undereat, because a lot of times that's what I ended up doing in the past. And I think that's what really hurt me so much was I get caught up on the scale, or I get caught up on the numbers, or just whatever. And it's like, okay, I'm eating 3,000 calories a day. My weight loss slowed down, so let me drop my calories. Okay, I don't want to drop my calories this time, so I'm going to pick up my cardio. Well, I don't want to do more cardio, so let me drop my calories. Well, I don't want to drop my calories, let me do more cardio. The next thing I know, I'm doing 2 20-minute walks a day, 45 minutes on the Stairmaster twice a day, eating 1,800 calories a day, looking like an anorexic beanpole, losing 2 to 3 pounds a week. My blood markers were great. All everything was healthy, but I lost all my muscle mass and I look like a beanpole. So am I healthy this time around? Yep. Are my blood markers perfect? Yep. Is my health in impeccable condition? Yep. Do my joints feel great? Yep. Am I losing weight? Yep. Am I holding on to muscle mass? Yep. So all the boxes are checked. So there's no reason to stress about a 2-pound drop from last week. And even if I drop another 2 pounds this week, I'm just going to put the measuring tape on my arms. I'm going to check out my legs. And then I'm going to keep just looking in the mirror, making sure I'm not getting out of proportion. I was told that it's unfortunate that I had my chest injury because of my chest looks like underdeveloped compared to my back. Like my back is like leagues ahead of my chest because I could train my back full force, but I can't train my chest like I could train everything else. And pretty much I got ridiculed for how small my chest was and how undeveloped it is compared to everything else. And I do have a handicap, but I'm not making excuses. I'm working on it. I'm building it back up. It might be a weak area right now, but I will build it back up and I will get it to where I need it to be to match everything else, because bodybuilding is about symmetry and proportions. I know it's going to have a deformity to it, but that doesn't mean that I can't get the size there that I need to make it match everything else. It's a process, and my chest went through something traumatic, so it's just going to take a little bit of time to get back to where I can start filling it back out. But compared to last year to this year, my chest has made leaps and bounds of progress. It's significantly bigger, thicker, and more dense and stronger than it was last year and the year before last. So I'm just going to keep plugging away at it, and building it up and trying to do everything I can to prevent injury, because the last thing I want to do is have surgery on it again. Man, it is super muggy out here. I don't know if I can see, I'm sweating. November 19th, and it's so hot and humid out here, man. I swear it's probably around 80 degrees with 100% humidity. It is miserable today, but I mean, I guess getting a good sweat every now and then is not a bad thing. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish my walk, and I will see you guys in the next clip.
And it always just comes back to consistency no matter what. Like measuring yourself, weighing yourself, taking measurements on your arms, no matter what it is, it comes down to consistency. Chicken and carrots. So the whole concept about consistency, though, is like if you're consistently doing the wrong thing, you're going to constantly get the wrong results. So you have to consistently do what's right to be able to get the correct results. So hopefully I am being consistent in a way that's going to yield the best results for what I'm going for. We'll find out. Now, there is an argument to be had that the best diet is the one that you'll do and the best program is the one that you would stick to. So regardless of what it is, the best way to be consistent of anything that you do is finding something that you enjoy doing, that doesn't feel like work, that you actually look forward to doing, and then you'll put more effort into it, which makes it seem like you're getting better results out of it because you're putting more energy into it. So if you hate doing high volume, but you like doing high intensity, you're going to get more out of high intensity because you're going to put more work into it. If you hate doing high intensity, you like doing high volume, you're going to get more results out of it because you're going to put more effort into it because you're going to enjoy what you're doing more. So I think really ultimately, that's really where it comes down to as far as it goes for consistency, finding what you can stick to and put the most amount of effort into and enjoying what you're doing. But then there's also on the argumentative side, right, on devil's advocate, there's also an argument to be had that says that, like, if you're not getting any results out of what you're doing, regardless of how much you love it,
it's not working. So you might have to do something you hate doing to get the results that you're looking for. So I don't know. There's a huge spectrum of everything, right? Of all of it. So I guess we just got to find the things that we enjoy the most and stick with them. Okay, I will see you guys in the gym. And we are back in the gym for another arm night. I'm gonna grab this barbell and then get to banging and clanging. I am going to do some anti-curls. This form is going to be impeccable. It's going to be magnificent. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be majestic. It's going to be the most amazing thing that you've ever seen in your entire life. And it's going to blow your mind with questions and curiosity of how someone can protect their straight bar curl to a point of where it's just pure perfection and you don't even realize what you're watching because it's just so memorizing. I'm about to show you all right now, okay? We call this the anti-curl. It goes against everything every bro scientist has ever said. I know what you might be thinking. You're right. That form is incredible. You're welcome. I'm glad you got to see that. I'm actually rest pausing, so I'm going to rest a few breaths and I'm going to go at it again. See, the whole concept is to load the central nervous everything, right? Not system. We're just going to overload all of it. What? Everything. Yes, why not? Sure. And you're probably going to say, yeah, but you couldn't curl it like that strict. You're right. I could not for that many reps. So that's why I don't even try. And you're right, I wouldn't be able to curl it strict with that much weight. But it's okay because I don't have to. Because I'm not in a competition for how pretty my curls look. I'm not in a competition for how much I can curl strict. The only competition I'm against is being small. That's the only thing I'm in competition with. Not even myself, just being small. Okay, I did 20 and then 12. And you know you're doing it right the more your body sways. The more body English you have, the better the form on anti-curls. See, the more hip action, the more bicep action, right? And one more. And then I'm gonna drop because there's no way I'll be able to get another one after this. I barely got like 6.
7.
7. Well, the 7th didn't really count because I was like here. I have to get at least here. I know, it's swing it harder. You're not swinging it hard enough. You can swing it harder. And I know, so, oh, you're gonna get hurt doing that. Well, I've been hurt doing strict form before. So, I promise you, I can get hurt doing anything. Strict, sloppy, English. It don't matter. It don't matter. If your body's gonna pop, tear, or rip, it don't matter what form you use, it's gonna do it. 6 full half flop reps, you know. That's an anti-reps. We got at least 6 anti-reps, and I would have been able to keep going. At this point, it's just like doing cardio. The further you get into the set, the shorter you rest. With a lighter weight, you'll be able to just continuously do a bunch of reps. So you got to cut the short. You got to cut them short, so you're not here all day just repping out endless amount of reps. I'll do it.
Exercise ring closed.
You might be thinking, why don't you go all the way down? Because it doesn't feel good when I go all the way down. When I stay here to here, I feel it all in my bicep. When I go all the way down, I feel it in my elbow. And then on top of that too, I can use slightly heavier weight and stay safer, not going all the way down. When you normally see people's biceps pop and their tendons tear and the bicep retracts up, it's because they come all the way down stretch and it puts all the load here and then they engage and then boop, and pops off the bone. So staying in here keeps the bicep fully tensed and it's under tension the whole time. Plus it just feels better for me to do that range of motion. Way, way better feeling than going all the way down. On to triceps. This is my top set right here. Maxing out the stack. I'm gonna see what I can get. I'm gonna clean and bang it as many as I can go, just like I did straight bar curls. And let's get to it, I guess. pause, probably do about 8 press. 2. I'm gonna keep the rest a little bit shorter. And that's a whole stack, and I just did 20. I know I cheated on a couple of them, but I just did 20. So the next step is I'm gonna have to start doing them on this stack. Because that stack is just harder in general. 150 on this is easy. 100 on 50 of this, it's like impossible to do the same thing I just did. I have to cut the weight down dramatically, so. Yeah, so next week I'll jump over to this stack. And like I said, I'll probably have to end up using like 70 or 80 pounds versus 150 on this because these work as snatch blocks. So it's a weight reduction thing. If you don't know how it works, it basically becomes a 2-to-1 pull ratio. So it reduces the load of what the actual resistance on the end is. The military uses snatch blocks or ropes to pull vehicles out of the mud because it's a weight reduction system. That's why this, you feel super strong, but that, you feel incredibly weak. One more, and I'm gonna do a drop. But yeah, because there's no snatch, right? This is where the weight reduction comes in, but there's nothing like that on here. It's just a straight pull, so it's significantly harder. All right, let's go again. Up to 100. Let's get some reps. As many reps as I thought I was going to get on the drop, but that's going to be it for that one.
Hey, I need that.
Oh, I thought you were done with it. I would let you finish if I knew you had one more set left.
Okay.
Oh man, that really faded out fast. I thought I was going to get at least like 15 reps, and I hit 7, and it was just like, that's it, they're done. You ready? Well, there it is, 18, and that is tight on my arm. That is tight. There's no looseness to that. Woo, 18 on a cut. Oh, that's the biggest my arms have ever been. As lean as I've ever been. Oh yeah. Now if I could just get like the definition in them. Woo, I'm happy about that. Oh man. All right. That was good. A little switcheroo there at the end. Let's see what my pump looks like. I'm gonna take my shirt off for this. Just gonna.
You wanting me to get this?
Do what?
Are you wanting me to get it?
Yeah, that's fine. I wish I had better definition. My arms come up like this. They just look really tubey to me. Like there's no like, when I'm pumped up, there's like one, I'm really pale. And two, it's really bright in here. So with the super bright lights, with the super pale skin, like it just washes out. Like it just doesn't show anything. But in better lighting, you can see the separation from the bicep and the tricep. Like you see the whole sweep of the tricep come around and everything like that. But when I'm in this lighting, being pale under these bright lights, it just completely washes out like nothing. It's kind of hard to get my hand behind me like that right now. Yeah, it's kind of uncomfortable. Try to get a little bit better lighting. It's actually really hard to get my arm behind my back like that.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah. Can you see that those veins? Is the camera picking those up?
Yeah.
You can see them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do your regular posing?
Huh?
You can do your regular posing?
No, not on arm night. I just do my arms. In fact, that's probably actually enough looking at myself. I still gotta do cardio. But no, I don't do the full body posing unless I do like trunk work. If I do torso or legs, I do full body posing. But if I'm just doing like limbs, I don't do full body posing. Okay, let's go do our cardio. That was an amazing workout. Got a huge pump. I have to say, this is the biggest my arms have ever been at this body fat percentage. My body fat percent is still too fat to see my abs, and that's the actual scientific term, still too fat to see my abs. But I have never been this lean at this body weight, especially with this size of arms. Biggest my arms were ever were 19 inches when I was 290 pounds. I'm now 232. I was 232.2 this morning, and my arms were 18 inches with the pump. The biggest they ever wore whenever I was 290 pounds at 19. So that is a huge difference, right? That's almost a 60-pound weight difference with only a 1-inch arm size difference. So I am just over the moon right now, excited about the way this is going. This is the first time I have ever been growing into a cut. Normally when I start cutting, I start losing arm size dramatically. But this program, with this diet, with my cardio, everything is lined up so perfectly. I am actually the first time in my entire life growing into my cut. I have never maintained arm size, let alone gained arm size while I'm cutting. So this is just absolutely like mind-blowing, amazing to me. I'm just so happy about it. I cannot describe into words how ecstatic I am about this progress, because if I continue to go and can get up to 18, 19 inches with a six-pack, my shape overall is just going to be looking that much better by the time it gets around for me to be ready to compete in bodybuilding. I got to get my proportions right. My arms have always been small compared to the rest of my body. My chest is weak because of my damaged pec. So there are definitely weak areas on me that need to be brought up and fixed, but my arms are definitely coming along to the point where it's like, okay, just keep plugging away. Just keep plugging away. Consistency every single day. Don't change nothing. Everything is lining up so perfect. Don't fix what's not broken, man. I love it. All right, I'm gonna finish my walk. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.